SLAPAFISH community, and welcome back to another World Tanks console video. So in this video, I'm going to be reviewing the 705 Alpha, and I'm going to be comparing it to the IS4 and the 60TP. Yeah. So I'm going to be comparing it to the 60TP. Why? Because a lot of people, well, I did a poll on YouTube, and 53% of y'all out of the 225 that voted wanted the 60TP. I was saying the VK70201K or the Panther 7 because those are backwards turning tanks, and I didn't know which one to pick. And I asked on live stream during this live stream which one y'all wanted and what tank I should compare the 705 Alpha to, and a lot of y'all said the odd 279 early, so I decided to put it in a poll. And some of y'all said the 60TP during that live stream, so I decided to put those two in a poll. So 60TP won. Now, why is the IS4 here? The IS4 here is here because the 705 Alpha was like a tank that's supposed to replace the IS4. The IS4, before when there was only two Tier 10 Russian heavy tanks, there was the IS4 and IS7. The 705 Alpha came in to replace the IS4. The IS4 was supposed to be the super heavy that had all the good armor, the side scraping abilities. So the 705 Alpha came in to try to replace that. It's basically how you play the 705 Alpha. You play it defensively. You play it kind of like a super heavy, and you side scraping this thing. It's really good at side scraping. So, as you now know, while these three tanks are here, now we're going to get into it. So, all three of them are Tier 10. The 60TP has the most hit points at 2,600. And the 705 Alpha is down here at 2,450, and IS4 is in the middle. The 705 Alpha weighs 100 tons. IS4 weighs about 60.67 tons, and the 60TP weighs 60.13 tons. The IS4 has the best top speed at 43. And best reverse speed with the 60TP are right behind it at 14 kilometers. They all are 6.1 million silver. With the IS4, it costs the most XP at 189,000. Total silver cost is 6.4 million on the IS4, and total XP cost at 248,000 trumps the other two tanks. Why is it more? Because the IS4 has a packaged upgrade. If you play through the STI, this ST1, this upgrade will be free. So you get the same upgrade on the ST1, so that will be free. But if it wasn't, you will need 335,000 silver and almost 60,000 XP. Now, the engine to power weight ratio, the engine power for the 705 Alpha is the best. And on this website, it actually doesn't tell you what's the horsepower per ton, so I looked it up in the garage, and the 705 Alpha has a 13, the IS4 has a 12.33, and the 60TP has a 12.97 horsepower per ton. All of them have a 15% chance of lighting on fire, and rate of fire, the IS4 has the best at 5, and reload time, reload rate is at 12 seconds on the IS4 is the best, and the 21.58 seconds on the 60TP. Also, the 60TP and the 705 Alpha has 152 millimeters, and the IS4 has a 122 millimeter gun. But as you may notice, all 152 millimeters are not the same, because the 705 Alpha actually does 650 damage compared to the 750 damage that the 60TP does, and the IS4 does 440. It's 122 millimeter. The aim time is actually the best on the 705 Alpha at 2.8, which is surprising because the IS4 has a smaller caliber gun. The accuracy is the best on the IS4 at 0.37. All three tanks for AP, heat, and a high explosive. all the 705 Alpha and the IS-4 are tied with the lowest gun depression at 5 degrees, and the 60DP has the best at 8 degrees. The IS-4 has the worst gun elevation at 15 degrees. They all three fire at 720 meters. Now the penetration. The IS-4 has the best standard penetration at 258, which actually is really close to all three tanks. But the IS-4's 340 millimeters of penetration on its premium rounds blow the other two out of the water. But its penetration on its high explosive is kind of lacking compared to the 60 TP and the 705 Alphas at 90 millimeters. We already talked about the heights, the damage of all three guns. The damage per minute is the best on the IS-4 at 2,200 and the worst on the 60 TP at 2,085. The 705 Alpha actually turns the worst at 22 degrees a second, then the IS-4 at 26 degrees a second, and that's track rotation. And the 60 TP and the 705 Alpha has the worst turn transfer speed at 20 degrees a second, and the IS-4 has the best spotting at 400 meters. Actually, the 60 TP has the best signal range at 730. And now we talk about the armor. So when I'm talking about this armor, you will probably see like the armor of all three tanks will flash up on the screen while I'm talking about it. So the 705 Alpha has the best frontal armor at 175 millimeters. The IS-4 has the best at 160 millimeters, and the IS-4 also has the best hull armor at the rear at 100 millimeters. Now, who has the best turn armor? Yeah, the 705 Alpha has the best frontal turn armor at 330, and the IS-4 has the best turn side armor at 200, and the best rear hull turret armor at 170. And as I mentioned before, the IS-4 has 2,500 hit points. The 60 TP is 2,600, and the 705 Alpha has 2,450. Alright, now that's enough. Oh yeah, forgot to mention, the IS-4 has 5 crewmen, and the 60 TP and the 705 Alpha has 4. Also, the best camouflage is on the IS-4 at 0.12 and 0.06, which is just barely above the 705 Alpha and the 60 TP at 0.11 while stationary and 0.05 while moving. Alright, that's enough talking about stats. Now we get into some gameplay. Alright, we spawned on airfield, standard battle, and we're also top tier because we are a tier 10. So, I'm thinking about going left, and now the 705 Alpha is a tank I don't really like driving. I never really liked it, especially when I got it. Never liked it. And the the 705 Alpha was like a tank that's supposed to come in. Okay, the two tier 10 Russian heavy tanks that were here before, the first two, were the IS-4 and then IS-7. The IS-4 was supposed to be the super heavy out of the two, and the one that has really good side scraping abilities. And the IS-7 is supposed to be the assault heavy tank that can go fast and just deal damage quickly. Now, the 705 Alpha was supposed to replace the IS-4, will be a better IS-4 than the IS-4 was supposed to, with more armor, be more of a super heavy, and can side scrape better. And the 277 was supposed to be replacing the IS-7 as the assault heavy tank. Now, do I think the the 705 Alpha replaced the IS-4 like it was supposed to do? No, I don't. The IS-4 is so much better than this tank. Now, I played like 7-8 games in this tank, and I actually fire blind right there and actually hit something. I actually played like 7-8 games in this tank in a row. Almost nothing blocked. This tank, you're supposed to side scrape, and sometimes your side scraping abilities will get overmatched. I mean, not overmatched, penetrated, but sucked. And apparently we hit that 48 patent, and artillery really, really loves hitting you in this kind of tank. And I just really hate that reload. Like, as soon as I get the 60 TP, the other tank I've compared to the 705 Alpha, which y'all voted for, is the 60 TP. I just think the 60 TP is just better because it has a higher damaging gun. And I'm pretty sure it has a better DPM. No, it has a worse DPM, but that 750 Alpha compared to the 650 Alpha just feels so much more rewarding. So yeah, especially when you're like low rolling in the 705 Alpha, it's just like playing IS-7. It's like your standard, like your low rolling in the 705 Alpha is just like your standard damage in the IS-7. So it doesn't feel that amazing, or it doesn't really feel that amazing for the reload it's got. Also, it's a slug. It may have the best horsepower to weight ratio between all three of them, but it's not really that much better, especially over the 60 DP at 12.9. Alpha's got 13, 60 TP's got 12.97, which ain't really much of a difference. It's got better than the IS-4, but the IS-4 is lighter, so it can go faster down hills. There's the bat chat. See if we can put a good shot of him, and we lit him on fire. There goes half of his health. But when you do like high roll in this tank, it feels really, really nice. There's the artillery trying to shotgun, and now our E4 actually shooting some down. Let's see, let's run the shotgun. I just don't think this tank is actually a really good tank, especially because you don't really see a lot of them on the battlefield. See, that was a 603 damage. I just don't feel like that's a good enough damage. It should be bumped up to like the 750, like the 60 TP has, or 700 instead of the 650. 650 alpha damage does not feel that good. But anyway, it's got raw thick armor, but the lower plate is actually pretty easy to pin. More and more that you get into the game. Also, the penetration on these things between the IS-4. Remember, the IS-4, the 705 Alpha was supposed to replace the IS-4. I don't think it did the job. Do I recommend getting this tank? The Tier 8, the ISM, was an amazing tank. A lot of people compare, say, the 705, the Object 705, the Tier 9s, better than this one. I would agree. I also really love the ISM. Thinking about buying that back. So anyway, we got a victory on airfield. Made 58,000 silver. Did 4,300 damage. Got third on the leaderboard. Did 2,430 blocked. 1,600 assisted. But only a third mastery badge. If you liked this video, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Also remember to SLAPAFISH, because why would you not? And peace out. See ya.